Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, degenerates out there among you who absolutely love the Stellar Blade game and all of its beauty and all of its wonderful and all of its joyous, curvaceous, wonderful things of a beautifully wonderful design character that is based on a real, actual South Korean model who is gorgeous, who is lovely, who is a very good possibility of her probably face even being on the thumbnail, because I know you guys really like to see her, and who would not? She's a gorgeous girl, and they designed her so well, and then they added a little bit more for the face. They did some wonderful things and added to it. So of course, a beautiful, gorgeous woman is a protagonist that actually a lot of people like and is actually appealing, because guess what? Just like a very lovely little, it was either Variety or Hollywood Reporter writer out there would, guess what? Sex sells, yes, boys and girls, and even a mainstream article like that, a mainstream press organization like that, some of the access media, some of the legacy media out there can actually understand and reason with that. But of course, Kotaku is gonna Kotaku, boys and girls. Color us shocked there. They are someone who's completely been totally an advocate for the spirit of the age. They have been worshipers at the altar of the cult of woke for a very long time and have been completely and totally infested by actual cult members for a very long time. And that's been very apparent from their writings for a very long time. Remember back in the day when Kotaku used to write game reviews and they'd actually help you go through and find ways to beat your favorite games and find new secrets and stuff like that? Yeah, long gone are those days, boys and girls, because now we just have a bunch of journalists out there who have completely and totally infested the entire company, and a lot of the game journalist companies out there in general, actually probably the majority of them, if we're truth be told, which is why so many of you out there have returned to YouTube or all of these other alternatives like Rumble and Odyssey and all the rest of the alternative platforms out there, or Twitter or X, for example, out there. Why you guys go to idiots like me with cameras and microphones? Because you realize that at least if we're stupid about this kind of stuff and we don't know completely and totally about it, we'll be honest with you about things and we don't blow smoke up your butt. Unlike what Kotaku and the rest of the legacy media has currently been doing and been doing for a very long time. And just in another prime example of that, ladies and gentlemen, the Kotaku senior editor who wrote that article a little while ago, completely and totally melting down over the Stellar Blade, is now out there doubling down, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, she is doubling down out there on her social media platforms, out there on our dear, beautiful, wonderful X platform out there, which you haven't already. Make sure you go follow me over there as well at Common Nerd 1791. And it is absolutely hilarious. This is my favorite part about having social media, ladies and gentlemen, for all the detrimental things that it has done to our society. The fact that we can hear idiots like this come out there and speak their mind and double down on things that are clearly bad takes, clearly when they cannot read the room and see what the fans and the paying customers out there actually want. Well, that's the beauty of it, boys and girls, because we can laugh at them, ridicule them, and make fun of them, because that's exactly what these kind of people deserve. These psychopaths out there who have desire to do nothing more than a push an agenda into what should be simply a hobby that we all get to enjoy, a little bit of escapism where we can take a break from the realities of our crazy and sometimes tragic lives and have a little peace. But they don't want that, boys and girls. They don't want you to have peace. They want you to just be as uncomfortable and as miserable and unhappy as they are in their own lives. And that's why they continue to lash out at things that literally should not bother anyone, like a simply beautiful, well-designed character that even women can appreciate inside of a video game. So let's check out what this little psychopath has to say and get into all of the juicy details. But if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, share with all your friends, subscribe if you have not already, or follow depending on the platform you are on, and leave us a comment down below. Even if you're on the live stream, leave one down below as well, because we love to go back and read all of that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercantile continues to play victim as she attacks Stellar Blade and gamers. And color us shocked there. My heavens. You just can't help but put, it's all you. Why are you coming after me for stating my opinion? Because welcome to the reality of an actual open internet where you're allowed to have real discussions and have actual ideas get out there. Guess what? You put out your stupid ideas and your stupid opinions, and you're going to get pushback. That's how the world works. But I know for so long, all of the social media companies protected you all. They kept you in your nice, tight little bubble where you're secure. They kept you in your safe space. So the honest realities of the world couldn't come in and fear and pop your little bubble. Well, guess what? The bubble's been popped. You don't live in your safe space anymore. You actually live in the real world where your actions, your words, and the things you do and talk about have consequences. And now you have to deal with them. Oh, poor you. Welcome to reality. Yeah, it sucks. Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercantile continues to play the victim as she launches attacks against gamers. In an article published by Kotaku on April 19th, Mercantile attempts to argue that character attractiveness in Stellar Blade and Hades 2 is fundamentally different. Yes. Oh, this is wonderful. If you haven't heard all of this, by all means, stick around for a second. If not, go ahead and skip a couple of minutes forward. Despite what certain corners of the internet might believe, there isn't a lack of attractive people in modern video games. Baldur's Gate 3 is just set as a Game of the Year award record. Nah, not so much. And that game was full of hotties, but when compared to something like Stellar Blade's Eve, the standard bearer for the latest game culture war, the manner in which Hades depicts its characters and their attractiveness is fundamentally different. So wait, so hot people are only okay in the games that depict things that you want them to depict. Like, oh, I don't know, all the LGBTQ nonsense that you can do in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, obviously, you can't avoid it too, but also there was a whole lot of backlash when they simply tried to make a character into a hetero relationship instead of being into a heterosexual relationship. Right? They were into a homosexual relationship. Instead of being a homosexual relationship, they were trying to switch it into a heterosexual relationship. But oh, no. Even though it's our game, we bought it, and we should be able to mod it any way we like. You all freaked out and had a flip-out moment over that. Oh, why? Is that one of your sacred cows that we're not allowed to touch? Oh, show us on the dolly where somebody else is modding their own private game hurt you. So like I said, they're all hypocrites. This is obviously they're hypocrites. Hades' character's sexiness is woven into their personalities, as much a part of their wants, needs, and emotions, and their bodies, however scantily clad or salacious, are not emotion. They cannot be manipulated or posed or peered at from different angles. Oh, so it's the camera angles that bug you. Oh, you're too sensitive. Show me on the dolly where the camera angles hurt you. If you're looking, instead, it's like you're looking at statues or paintings of these gods or in their eternal infinite sexiness, even though they walk around and move around in the game and you can look at them from different angles. Okay. There is desire here, sure, but there's also a power and reclamation. There is longing because you only get a tiny little taste of their beauty. Oh, so you're arguing for conservatism? You're arguing that less is more, maybe leave a little more mysterious, little mystery behind what's behind those lovely robes? Wait a minute. But you're okay with what goes on in San Francisco at their parades. Sounds about right. Like I said, if these woke psychopaths didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. Conversely, describes Eve from Stellar Blade as a sex doll. Conversely, is Icy Velder writes for inverse. Oh, so you didn't even come up with this idea yourself. You're literally ripping it off from somebody else. A character like Stellar Blade Eve, like Lara Croft before her, is hot, but she doesn't seem to be aware of it. She's sexy, but doesn't know it. She's athletic and acrobatic, entirely controllable. She's a blank slate, opposable sex doll. Her bountiful chest heaving during idle animations. Oh, you mean like what an actual real-life woman with big boobs when she's breathing? You can actually see that? Especially if she's just been running around doing a bunch of athletic exercise? God, you should go out there and tell every single woman out there to cover up and just like strap her stuff down with duct tape so it doesn't move. Because clearly you've got a problem with any woman out there who likes to run and get, get a little energy out, maybe get a little heavy breathing going on and have their chest go in and out a little bit. Weird concept. She then crashes with Hades 2. Hades 2, everyone is horny for each other, and thus it feels far less leery and creepy for us as players to be horny for them too. These are sexual people, gods who are infamous for their rampant and often unchecked desires. Oh, so you are attracted to Eve. It just creeps you out and makes you feel uncomfortable. So you have insecurities of your own that you're dealing with, and you're trying to project this on the rest of the world. Okay, duly noted. Duly noted. This is absolutely hilarious. So nevertheless, Mercantile doubled down on her arguments on April 27th. She wrote on X, Baldur's Gate 3 is an RPG in which you can have sexual relations. Customizing your entire character's bodies, even the genitals, makes sense. You can't one-to-one compare that other games and the bodies depicted in them are not RPGs, yet they're trying it. Oh, so it's only okay if you can modify the character to your exact design specifications and requirements and desires, but it's not okay if somebody else puts a character in there. Gotcha. One gust of wind in their house of cards falls every time. Then they get another deck, a new issue to screech about, and to build a new one. Rinse and repeat. I draw attention to it because I'm still being endlessly harassed for an article even tangentially related from nearly 2 months ago. Oh, are you getting some pushback online? Tell that to all the trolls in my comments on all of my videos. Yeah, we get pushback. Welcome to the internet, lady. Not everybody in the world's going to agree with your opinion. Hi, it's called being an adult. But of course you don't know how to do that. Now do you? Just ignore them. Okay, sure. And last time we largely ignored them as an industry, they took it as a tactic approval. So just saying. Oh, so now she's going to continue her attack. She's going to continue her nonsense. She's going to continue failing miserably as, like somebody said out there in my chat during this live stream, crazy eyes right there, clearly from the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are insane. They are crazy. They have a lot of own insecurities. I imagine they all have very low self-esteem. They're probably all heavily medicated or heavily on a lot of other kind of crazy things that they probably shouldn't be messing with. These are miserable, angry, unhappy people. The reason why we continue to call them out and the reason why we continue to make our voices heard and the reason why we continue to make fun of them is, for one, they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it for these ridiculous takes and these insane pushes of an agenda. And two, because we have to make sure that these major corporations, the one out there that hold the keys to these kingdoms, the one that hold onto these IPs, that these weirdo psychopaths like this aren't the only ones out there talking about this. They're the only ones screaming. And guess what? As your profits continue to fail by bowing and kowtowing to these people, we'll still be here. We'll still be willing to buy games. But we also have to be willing to be voice our opinions. Tell everybody about it. And guess what? At the end of the day, choose with your dollar. You want to know? You want to send a message to Sony? You want to send a message to all of these woke little psychopathic weirdos? Do what we did with Hogwarts Legacy. Make this the #1 selling game of the year. Send a clear and definitive message to them that we know what we want. We are gamers and we love this kind of stuff. We love beautiful women and we love to look at them and play as them. We love strong female protagonists that aren't afraid to be absolutely gorgeous and stunning in the process. There's an out there right now. Go follow Grimm's out there on social media. Go find him on X. He's got a great little petition out there right now, a change.org petition out there. It's currently over almost 40, it's like 44,000 signatures right now. They're trying to get it up there. Go sign that petition. Make your voice heard. Let them know that these little psychopaths out there on the internet do not represent the majority of gamers. Let them know that you out there are the ones that keep their companies afloat and they're the ones that pay their checks. Let them know that you will not be silent about this anymore. And make sure that little psychopaths like this, Elisa, are never welcome in polite company ever again, especially with these kind of opinions, and certainly don't deserve to be writing anything about game journalism. Go back to your blog and your feminism. Because clearly that's all you want to write about is your psychopathic, agenda-driven nonsense.